let me tell you about the strangest rule I've ever walked under, and I'm sure you've never heard this rule again. So my MD walked into a meeting one day and said, from now on, disagreements are banned. We all looked at each other. Was he serious? A leader banning conflict? I thought it was a disaster waiting to happen. I was completely wrong. So here's what he actually meant. Every time someone came into a meeting to complain about a colleague, to blame, to accuse, to point fingers, he would stop them and ask one question. What did you do to help them? That's it. Not who is right, not let's investigate, just what did you do to help? At first, it felt strange. We didn't know how to answer because honestly, most of the time, we hadn't done anything. We just showed up to complain. But then something interesting happened. Before coming to a meeting, we started talking to each other first. Not because we wanted to, but because we knew what was coming if we didn't. What did you do to help them? So we started collaborating. We started solving problems before they became conflicts. And slowly, without anyone planning it, the team changed. We stopped seeing each other as obstacles. We started seeing each other as resources. Now, let me ask you something. When someone on your team comes to you with a complaint about a colleague, what's your first question? Is it what happened or is it what did you do to help? Because that one question changes everything. Uncomfortable truth about conflict in engineering teams. Most managers treat conflict like a fire, something to put out, fast. But conflict isn't a fire. Conflict is a signal. It's telling you something about your team that you need to hear. When two engineers fight over an architecture decision, that's not a personality problem. That's a communication problem. When a senior engineer clashes with a new manager, that's not an attitude problem. That's a clarity problem. Your job is not to stop the conflict. Your job is to understand what it's telling you. So next time conflict shows up in your team, do this. Step 1, don't take sides. The moment you pick a side, you lose both people. 2, ask the question, what have you done to help solve this? What? To both people, separately. 3, bring them together with a shared problem. Let's talk about your disagreement, but we have a problem. How do we solve it together? When people focus on a shared problem, they stop focusing on each other. That's when the magic happens. My MD's rule seemed crazy at first, but it taught me something I've never forgotten. You don't manage conflict by stopping it. You manage conflict by redirecting it. From me versus you to us versus the problem. That's it. If this gave you something to think about, subscribe. Every week I share what nobody taught you about managing engineers. See you next week. Bye.